What up, everybody out there in podcast land? Thanks for tuning in yet again to another episode of Ken Ross Present the Yeah, I Said It podcast. We're expressing what our full capabilities until they want us in correctional facilities. Brainchild of my child, I'm the dad half of this operation. Ross Cooper, live and in public, if you will, like the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. As always, yeah, you. I don't know if you remember Dusty Rhodes. You might remember wrestling from that for long
No,
ago.
I can't remember it. I remember that.
The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes with the bionic elbow and cut some of the like Flair and The Rock will go down in history the greatest trash talkers on the mic ever in wrestling. But Dusty Rhodes
Oh, no, you
comes
gonna put
in.
push Booker T in that? Man, Booker T was getting people that week.
No, book
Yes,
no.
he was. Trash talking?
Booker no. His promos were King Booker. Like Booker
I'm coming
T's
for
not up
you,
there.
sucker.
Yeah, no. Booker T is not up. He's a great performer, but when you talking
Oh,
electrifying the crowd on the mic, you got a ways to go before you get to Booker. You got Stone Cold before you get to Booker. You got LOD with Paul Ellering. You got a minute before you get to Booker. Now you just open it up. I'm going to have to post that later on the page. But you got a minute before you get to Booker T. But the
nice.
American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, and him going back and forth with Ric Flair back in the NWA days. Good gracious. But before we get off, as always, I am rocking with the best, my co-host. Please introduce yourself to the folk.
Pull off in the spider. Yeah, itsy bitsy. I get hit with them
What?
blammers. I'm sorry, that was a Cameron bar. It's the video you sent me. Dude, he said that. That sounds like something Cameron would say. He's my favorite all-time funniest rapper of all time. Um, yeah, well, I said funniest. I didn't say he's the greatest. I said funniest. There's a difference.
He is a 20-point scorer. He is the NBA 20-point
Funny,
scorer. Right?
funny. Did I say anything about skill? Nothing. I said funny,
No,
funny.
he's a 20-point scorer. He
He's
could have
funny.
been dope. He's not dope. He's not ass. He's a
He's
20-point
mid.
scorer.
He's mid. That's what he is. He's mid. He's like I said, I don't even know what class of lyrics. Like I said, I think he's just a good rapper. He's not a lyricist. He's not a
Yeah.
mumble rapper. He's just a good
I'll
rapper.
put you like this. He owes Uncle Murder his career. But continue.
He's better than Uncle Murray.
Bruh.
Yes.
No
Yes.
one. Well, hold on. What I'm going at is this: we pretty much forgot Cam existed until Cameron voice came out. But continue. Until everybody started like, you just shot a day, B. Until
I mean, I
Cameron voice
mean, we
came
forgot
out.
about the whole Dipset. But their run was the '90s and 2000s. We're not talking about now.
I'm just saying, like,
There
Cam,
are anyone from Dipset except Jim Jones.
and okay, all right. And they got washed by, we forgot Dipset again until they got washed by the locks.
I mean, but those is a group of real spitters. Like, come on, man, that's not fair.
Oh, don't disrespect Jewels like that. Jewels is a spitter.
I'm saying, but you got Jewels, that's a real spitter, and then who else?
Well, um,
Yeah. Get blam blammers. you got
yo,
balling and blam
listen,
blammers.
listen,
So that's
Harlem. I want to apologize, especially this guy sitting here wearing a Brooklyn hat. I want to apologize to Harlem.
all
To
Brooklyn
Dame
all day,
Dash,
baby.
to Dame Dash, to Mace. We just want to apologize ahead of time. Okay, continue, sir.
You don't want to just diss them talk about our wedding because see, I didn't even get into that. All right. What's the rest of mine? Oh yeah. Share with your friends, family, your pets, your neighbors, the bug on the wall, the sun outside, the moon is coming out. Yeah. And if you watch on YouTube, like, share, comment, subscribe. Because if you don't, Denver's going to sweep the NBA Finals. We don't want that. That would be boring. So yes. So please.
Apologies to the state of Colorado. We just apologize not on top. Okay.
What do you mean apologies? I just said we don't want to sweep. I know they're going to win, but hopefully like 6, 7 games. That's what I
No,
want.
you
But
know
it's not
what?
going to
You
happen.
know what? F that. F Denver. F Colorado. F mountains. F John Elway's teeth. All of that. F all of y'all.
Why is
I
his teeth
said,
catching
yeah,
a
I said
stray?
it. Yeah, I said it. I hope Jimmy Buck is digging your ass. How about that?
You
How
got
about
teeth
that?
like a brick too. Like I don't know how you from
I
here got
mean,
teeth like a brick.
that was a sucker move by Jokic going to run up on Morris's back like that. That was a chump move. We all know it. You know
This
what I'm
sounds
saying?
racially motivated. That's what it
Nope,
sounds
not
like.
racial motivated at all.
It
Not
does.
racial motivated at all.
It does.
Sounds like we want Jimmy buckets and them to get that L. I mean, get that W.
We
And
do,
get Denver
but it's
that
not
L.
going to happen. It's not going to happen. I'm sorry.
Okay, you saw what I saw. Tyler Hero back game 3.
Yeah, you going to be
That's
down
another
what, 3-0?
That's another 3-point. No, back 4 game 3. That's
Okay,
another
so down
3-point
2-0.
weapon. Another 3-point weapon off the bench.
If
And
he's right.
Denver been sitting at home. You know what they say about too much rest. Don't be surprised if Jimmy and them boys walk in there. Remember, they just walked into Boston's house and sent them home. They ain't scared of nothing. They ain't scared of nobody.
They're not. But this ain't Boston. This is a much better
Boston
coach.
was hold on.
Much better players.
Who's the number 1 seed in the East? They sent them home. Who's the number 2
Giannis
seed
got
in the
hurt.
East?
Did he not get hurt?
Who's the number 2 seed in the East?
Did he
They
not get
sent
hurt?
them home.
Did he not get hurt? Was he not playing injured the whole time?
You play who in front of you, dog.
No, that's true, but we ain't gonna act like he beat Milwaukee full strength the whole way through. He didn't. Giannis missed what, 2 games, and when he came back, he won this thing. He had back problems.
That team was deep. You act like wasn't nobody else on Milwaukee.
Virtually, yeah. Middleton has been hurt the whole year. He hasn't been the same.
Lopez balled out a couple of them games. That's a championship team.
Yeah, Lopez, and then what happened to Holiday? The second option that really is a third, but had to be the second because Middleton was hurt and not the same anymore. So what happened to that? What happened to that guy? Getting cooked, best perimeter defense ever, and Jimmy's giving him buckets and saying, "You can't guard me. I own you." To his face while he's down. He didn't say it while he was up. He said it while he was down. I own you and still own him. Nah, dog, I don't want to hear nothing about no Bucks, man. That coach is sorry as hell.
Okay, cool. Number two seed just got sent home.
That team's sorry as hell too. And it's not because of the talent, it's because of the coaches. And then the 2 superstars are inconsistent. So it doesn't even matter.
Hey, watch yourself. Watch yourself. You're talking about Dookie. Watch yourself.
I like Tatum, but he should have been a Laker. He should have been a Laker.
MVP.
He should have been a Laker. This is on Magic. He picked Lonzo instead of Tatum. I don't know why he did that, but it's all right. So since he's in Boston, I'm going to hate on him until he leaves. And I don't think he is. So
I'm about to say he never leaving. Man, how we get on the NBA? We'll circle back to this. We will circle back to this.
What we talking about? Let's get it.
Okay. So last pod we were talking about what's the job, right? We were talking about giving law enforcement their props when props is due. And I even beyond law enforcement, just in general, if I'm not so stuck in my ways, even in my 40s, because I noticed that a lot of people my age, they stuck. They've become their parents and they don't realize it. They think everything, the greatest time of their lives is the 90s. And you talk to people 40 and up, and they're going to tell you whatever it is, the 90s was the best one. Rap was better than 90s. R&B was better than 90s. R&B was better than 90s. But the inability to download new information will have you stuck like your parents. Like when I was younger, rap is garbage. It's all about the Temptations, stuck, right? You never want to become your parents. Or more accurately, you never want to become those people that can't download new information, right? So I say that to say, look, I have my thoughts and opinions on things, but I'm also always open to hear an opposing argument, to hear things that say, hey, maybe I need to look at this from a different way. I say that to say last pod, we talked about giving law enforcement their due when it came to that mass shooting in Allen that was neutralized, and the shooter was neutralized by an off-duty police officer. That's the job. I give you credit, especially being off duty, when you could have turned and ran and nobody would have knew you was there. So I give you props for that, right? That's the job. Mm-hmm. Sadly, we now have to go back to talking about what's not the job. And when we talk about what's not the job, in Mississippi, a young man by the name of Aderrien Murray, 11 years old, was shot by law enforcement. So how this goes, and this now, I'm not dismissing how this looks and sounds, but I'm also not going to pass judgment on it. I'm going to stick to the bigger piece of this puzzle here. So apparently, Adrian's mother one of her other children's fathers came by, 4 a.m. Irate. Argument ensues. Adrian calls 911. Looking at the story, this is coming right off of CNN. This is coming right off CNN.com. Police showed up, told everyone in the house to come out with their hands up. This is a direct command from law enforcement. Come out with your hands up. Adrian, when he called 911, let them know no one on the premises had a weapon. So going in as an officer, no one in the house has a weapon. Right? You tell everyone to come out with their hands up. Adrian comes out with his hands up and gets fucking shot. So, as we always do, I try to put myself in the shoes of law enforcement, right? Before I condemn, I try to walk it through and say, hey, where's the margin of error here, right? Where's the part where, okay, I can see why you da. And normally, even when I walk it through, what I come up with to justify or explain blasting is really thin. And this is one of those situations where I got nothing. Even with Amber Geiger, we walked it through and I said, look, if you got somebody that worked a whole hell of a bunch of overtime and you've been here, you see how all those apartments look alike and you ain't focusing, you think you want to fool what you ain't, you open the door, you see somebody sitting in what you think is your house, you're probably gonna pull the blicky, right? But this is one of those things where I got nothing. No. You knew walking in, nobody had a weapon. You knew that when you arrived on the scene. You told everybody to come out with the hands up. I don't believe an 11-year-old ran at you and threatened your life. So how is it you tell folks to come out with their hands up? Someone actually complies and you shoot them. And unless this is some kind of mutant 11-year-old that's like 6 foot, I'm hard pressed to see how you mistaken an 11-year-old for a threat. But then again, you all mistaken Tamir Rice for a threat, and he was 12. You all have a history of criminalizing Black boys, Black males, period, honestly, on site. So yes, that's where we are. Even though you said, come out with your hands up.
Came out too fast.
Right, that's what it was. He lunged at him.
Yeah. His hand went high enough. It was yeah.
Adrian was given a chest tube, placed on a ventilator, collapsed lung, fractured ribs, lacerated liver.
You gonna make it?
But he'll live. He actually did an interview. He'll live. But right now, it's the PTSD of it all. It's PTSD of it all. Like, you literally did what you were told to do, and you were shot for it at 11 years old.
So how do you explain that to your child? Like, if you taught, okay, comply, do what they asked you to do, you did it, and still almost end up dead. It's like, well, now what do you do? That's just because I would not, like I said, hatred is not a great thing, but I would not blame that boy if he hated everything that had to do with the color blue for the rest of his life.
Okay. Oh, and here's another fun part. Their attorney has asked for the body cam footage. That request has been denied, pending the ongoing investigation.
Yeah, the editing. Yeah, I get it.
So yeah. Why would that request be denied? You smell something? I smell bullshit. And heavy editing.
Yeah.
The possibility of heavy editing.
Possibility. It's happening right now. They got their best people on it. Top down.
But the mayor off camera said they're gathering for an emergency meeting to discuss the body cam footage. The Voice family, they've already filed a lawsuit in federal court seeking $5 million.
Yep.
But the mayor also said he looks forward to making everyone whole, but the city doesn't have 5 million. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Well, that's why it's filed in federal court. Now I don't know how that's going to go. If that stands, I don't know if the 5 million has to come from the city, from the state. I don't know, but
I don't give a fuck. I'm sorry, excuse my language, but we just had, like I said, this pandemic has opened our eyes to a lot of bullshit. Even now, like I said, the debt is getting, like, we're past our limit of debt, and then we just expanded it more. So like I said, money is not real. We just make the shit out. Just pull out a
I mean,
just
I
type it on a
mean,
computer, make them give the shit. That's what they've been doing the last 5 years. We just been making shit
uh,
up.
I mean, the sad reality is, and no one's talking about this, or at least no one here. Oh, it's about to get very real, and that's going to be a huge problem because, like you just said, current day, the U.S. Treasury can just print up money like print up paper money like monopoly money, call it a day, because it's not backed by gold. But other nations are going back to the gold standard,
Yeah, they are.
so that's going to be a problem. But you're right. I didn't mean to interrupt. Continue.
Well, down the road for other things in terms of like trading and stuff, but for the most part, the U.S. is fine. But yeah, China is definitely, and all the other countries that are fed up with this place is like, yeah, we're trying to exit you out. So all that power and money you think you have is got to be gone. But until then, yeah, we just make stuff up. We just print the money, so I don't care where it come from. Just bring it. Snap your fingers.
5 mil.
Like 5 million, y'all, they nothing. That's probably one city worth of taxes right there.
Here's an idea. Maybe the city doesn't have it. What about the police union?
That's true. I know they got it. They definitely.
What about? Because again,
Budget.
now this is not gonna fall under. This is not gonna fall under the umbrella of defund police. Ironically, this is one of those things where you actually do. This is one of those cases you actually do need law enforcement because you can't. DV is one of those situations you can't community police. I don't think so. I don't. I can't.
But
You can't.
It will require, or it will require that people don't mind their business, which is kind of what
No,
they do.
it's not only that. Community policing is community based, which means I know y'all. It's gonna be close to impossible to not have a bias. That's the problem. So this is one of those situations where you do need.
But pigs
You
have
do need law
biases
enforcement.
too, along with the isms. So
But I don't. But it's just.
what are we talking about? It's
Well,
not
let me
going to be.
explain. Let me explain. This was actually handled properly right up until the point it wasn't. Look, you got the information you needed. This is a domestic call. You knew going in nobody had a gun, right? You knew going in nobody had a gun. You don't know if anybody had a weapon, but you know going in no one has a gun. So you get there, you probably hear commotion, and we don't know the body cam footage. I'm just walking this through. You probably hear the commotion. You do the smart thing. Hey, everybody, calm the F down, come out slowly with your hands up. That's smart, right? You want to get everybody outside, you want to calm them down, right? The second somebody come out the door, you shoot though. See, so we were doing right up until we weren't. So there's no bias here. This is by the book. This is not something your neighbor can handle. This is not something your community policing can handle. You do need law enforcement.
The book, because that's not what he clearly, the person clearly did the wrong thing. By the book would have been to do that and then actually solve this without no one getting killed. I mean, or getting shot.
Like I said, this was by the book until it wasn't.
And that's where the bias and whatever ism that has came in, which is what everyone will have. Okay, if it was a white family, would you think this would happen?
Okay, hold on. I'm trying to see. I don't know if we know the name or the race of the cop.
Doesn't matter.
That's one.
Like I said, you and I both know.
So let me
Black,
okay.
Hispanic, Asian doesn't matter.
Okay.
Ism can still be present.
If you're saying ism or bias or prejudice, it's more than likely coming from white cops. More than likely.
But we all know that no, that's not true because it also happens with the other races too. including our own.
Here's what I'm going to. So, okay, if we'll then walk it, I'm putting you on the spot here. Walk me through it because I can see this going way worse with community policing. This is one of those situations where you need actual law enforcement. Community policing, I can see this going way worse.
I don't know. See, this is where the system should be different, and then where you said for some calls you have the police, and some calls you have mental health or just someone in that like a task force dedicated where it's quote unquote nonviolent or low dangerous situation to help calm things down, and then maybe have police as backup if something goes wrong. But here, like I said, you probably if they made the call, if the child made the call and said there is no gun present, blah blah, so you knew this going in, you shouldn't even have your guns drawn. Like especially if you outside, I get if you walk in so you don't know what is going to happen. Okay, fine, but you're outside. You yell at them come out. You don't have to have your gun drawn at that point.
Okay, so
because you see what's coming at you.
I can't agree with you there. I understand your disdain and my disdain for law enforcement. I'm asking you to put themselves in their shoes in this instance, right? You got the call. Let's just hypothetically say you got the call at 11 o'clock, right? Well, this is 4 a.m. This is 4 a.m., right? Got the call at 4 a.m. You got there, say really quick, 4:05. How long do you think it takes somebody to get to their car and walk back with a gun? You don't know. You don't know. This is domestic violence. You know how quickly things can go from 0 to 100. Let's be real. Let's be honest, and let's be human for a second.
I didn't say you didn't have to leave your gun in the car. It will still be on your hip. And like I said, I don't know how much they train to quick draw, but you're trained.
Bro,
for
this is DV.
so I'm like,
if I know I just DV can go 0 to 100 way too quickly, and I'm telling everybody, if I can hear commotion,
come outside.
I'm telling everybody to come out with your hands up.
You don't have to have your gun drawn. Just come outside.
So Flip, what if dude got the blicky and runs out blasting?
You might get blasted anyway. I mean, even if you had a draw, you still might get blasted.
Like, so, now, here's the thing. This is all speculation because as it stands, for whatever reason, the body cam footage has not been released.
Like I said, that would be more context of what the situation had because we're just doing what ifs. So we don't know what the hell happened.
Right.
I know it wasn't worth a warrant to the kid getting shot, though. I know that for sure. Like I said, unless this is the kid off Barry, supernatural powers. I don't know if you watch Barry. That's a good show. But yeah.
But no, the body can, and that's another problem. So you've asked a question, and now I think we need to add another question to it. You asked the question of, what's the damn point of a body cam if you can turn it off?
Yeah.
What's the point? Now we ask the question of, what's the point of the body cam footage if when something pop off, y'all can just sit on it, edit it, chop it up, do whatever you need to do to make it look a certain way. So now we go to, then what's
the point?
So, because we having a real hard time in this country getting rid of qualified immunity, breaking these police unions. We have a real hard time with that. We also need to attack. If we can't do that, can we attack these laws on body cam footage?
That's what I'm saying.
You shouldn't be allowed to sit on that.
You shouldn't. It should not be off ever.
That's one. You should not have the ability to turn it off.
You shouldn't. And like I said, and yeah, when something pops off, that video should be sent out immediately so we know exactly what happened. Not wait on it, or it's going to make it look bad, or you don't want to cause a commotion and blah blah blah. But man, stop it.
Pretty much hold these pigs accountable. I do not see the name. Oh wait. The mayor also said he cannot support the officers firing before knowing all the facts. And at this time, we don't know all the facts. He said he has not yet seen body cam footage and has not spoken to Capers. Who's Capers here? Trying to see. Okay. Capers must be the officer.
That's the pig,
so we
right?
do know the name. We do know the name.
Okay.
So you can't. And so the same way Officer Greg Capers. Let's put that name out there, Greg Capers. So, in the same way that we can walk through this and cannot come up with how you shot an 11-year-old, how is the mayor can? Capers is on, wait for it, paid administrative leave.
Yeah.
I want that kind of union, boy.
It's the world's most powerful, man.
Absolutely. It's a government backed gang. It is a government backed gang. Now, just so we're for those keeping score at home, no, I didn't just contradict myself. As I said, I've screamed for as loud as anyone can hear it. You need to defund the police. But this is one of those instances, just like the Shielding and Allen, where I firmly believe you need real law enforcement. But how this situation was handled, because again, because the reality of the situation is, look, if I know you, community policing is literally by the people in the community, right? That means you kind of got to know the folks in the community. If I know you,
shouldn't the pigs?
Hold on. Worst
Ain't
case
that the
scenario.
pig's job too? Wasn't that the whole point?
Hold on. Worst case scenario. What if I'm trying to holler at Shorty? What if I'm trying to holler at Shorty?
Okay.
Call goes out. I show up. There's trouble. Quiet as kept. I'm trying to holler at Shorty. I need to get old boy out the way. Boom, boom. We done. See, that's the problem in a situation like this with community policing. Now you're a little too familiar. What if I think dude is, he don't mean you no good? I got too, you see what I'm saying? This is where there needs to be division, and this is DV is a little too familiar. Because community policing requires you to know who's in your community, what's going on, in hopes of de-escalation. But there's no way you can't have prejudice and bias because you know these people.
You know what? You make a great point. You know what my final answer is, and I'm not joking, I'm not being sarcastic. Robots. I think I finally give it in. All jokes aside, I really think I give it in that we might really just need, because we're going that direction anyway. It's not stopping. Even the people that's inventing the shit saying, "Oh, it's a bad idea," but we're gonna keep doing it. But yeah, even like the dude that invented AI and all this and advancing all this that quick was like, yeah, it's a bad idea.
We might want to chill.
We might want to like not continue with this
or not.
But no, we're going to. So since we're going in that direction, before they decide to say, "Oh, we're inferior, we deserve to die," they should probably be. They'll be better police. I trust them more than I trust a human. I'm sorry. I'm at that point. I don't trust no one because like I said, in this situation, everything was done right until it wasn't, and that's all it takes. One bias, one ism, hell. A dude, maybe the dude doesn't have any isms or biases at all. He just had a bad day. So one bad day, just annoyed. I don't fucking know. And I don't know. Something happened. And this person, who knows? Not making excuses. I'm just saying, many with humans being very, very emotional and having all the biases and the isms attached to it, it makes it hard to have a quote unquote fair justice system because no one is fair. So, but if you have a machine who's literally by the book of whatever law you put, now the problem is you're going to have whoever's program, you're going to have to make sure they're fair as possible, or at least the whatever they're coding or whatever is fair. Science nerds, I don't know how that goes, but you know what I'm trying to say. Whoever's making the damn Terminators need to make sure they good people, right? And then we just set them out, and then they will do whatever they need to do, man. I trust that more than I trust people. I don't care. I'm at this point. I'm tired of people in gym. I'm done.
Well, I don't know. Between the Matrix and Terminator, I'd probably prefer Matrix if I gotta pick a robot and run future. Or you know what? I can't say that. I haven't seen I Am Robot in a long time, so I gotta rewatch that.
The Will Smith movie?
Yeah. Like Will got a couple futuristic joints. I Am Robot and I Am Legend.
I don't want I Am Legend. I'm good with that.
Well, remember at the end of it, there was a colony of whole people. So you know.
Yeah, I hope that you part of that people.
Yeah, but I gotta go watch iRobot, not I Am Robot, my bad, iRobot again. So that's on my to-do list.
You ever watched it at all?
No, I've seen I just haven't I've seen it once and it was years ago.
Yeah,
I saw it once,
I've
but
watched.
it was wild, and I'm like, yo, that's way too. It's just what's wild is how Jim Cameron, the Wachowski, well, now the Wachowski sisters, they created scenarios that at the time, what Terminator was 84, Matrix was 99, right?
Mhm.
At the time, that's like, wow, that's straight up sci-fi, dog. Ain't no way. And now it's just weird because it's like, okay, we're getting dangerously close to Skynet at this
Dangerously,
point.
we're pretty much damn near there.
Well, we don't have a system that can think for itself running our weapon systems.
Do you know that?
Remember, yeah.
How do
Oh,
you know that?
yeah,
How do you know that?
because
You don't know what the military or the government has. We don't. We just assume.
at the end, here's how I know that. Here's how I know that. And this is gonna sound messed up, but it's true. Humans have hubris to a point. Humans have hubris to the point of where, think ancient Rome. I want to control everything. In the moment you create AI, guess what you also do? You no longer control the ability to push the button.
We're still
Humans aren't
doing
going
it.
to give that up. Humans aren't going to give that up.
Okay.
You'll come up with a guided missile system. You have drones, you have everything, but the common denominator in all of it is control. I want to be able to tell Putin, hey, calm it down or I'll blow you off the map. I want to be able to tell Kim Jong, hey, calm it down or I'll blow you off the map.
You can
And
have
when you
both.
have AI thinking for you, you relinquish control.
We're already doing that though.
Not with weapons, not with things that can kill everybody, not the things that you can threaten other nations
No,
with.
they're already doing prototypes of androids, which is basically free thinking. What are you talking about? That's a weapon right there. It might not be
I
the
prom
actual doomsday nuclear thing that you're saying, but
I
if you
promise
give an
you,
android a conscious mind, what can the average person do with an android?
I promise you, the Department of Defense and the Pentagon will never relinquish the control to shut it down. I promise you that.
They might have a shutdown.
And here's the
I
thing:
think
it won't be. It's not for safety. It won't be because of a safety. It will be strictly because no matter what, I can't give up that kind of control,
okay.
which
We'll
is
see.
warped.
We'll
But
see.
no,
This is the same fucking species on this planet that will literally build the thing that will destroy us and keep doing it.
hmm?
So what? So that, like, as much as you think we as smart as we also the dumbest motherfucker on the planet, bro. Because this
and
is stupid. So this is
that's where
what
the
this.
hubris comes in.
I
I'm going
don't
to
think.
build a thing that can kill them. You see
And
what?
then
I'm going
and
to build
then
things that kill
and that's where
them.
arrogance and this is where the fall of man is happening and this is why it always happens is the arrogance of humanity.
Oh yeah, hubris.
We're
Yeah,
arrogant.
the Greeks told us about it. The hubris of men.
Yeah, so you
The
think you can
Greeks told us about
control
it.
this free thinking thing to kill someone else, but you don't, you in return think that you hold the power for them not to realize that I could do the same thing to you.
I
Just
mean,
think
even
about that.
if
Think
you
about
look
that.
at I mean, there is one other possible future that we haven't considered in the world of sci-fi. If you remember the last couple installments, even the last few installments of the Alien franchise, the base of it was the droids figured out that humans are not worthy of their own existences. So if you remember the very last Alien series, the very last one, I think it was Prometheus.
Oh, previous.
No, Covenant. Well, Prometheus and Covenant actually, but it's the droid was sharp enough to figure out like this is the perfect and that's going back. This is the perfect organism, and you humans aren't worthy of it. So good luck. No problem. I have no problem with wiping you out. So that was the other piece. But you
Right.
did, and
I
that
mean, either
lends
way, it's
itself.
in the same way. That's what I'm saying
That
is
leads to
that
your
the
point.
droid wasn't designed. It was designed to help people. If you remember that, it was programmed for that.
Mm-hmm.
He learned on his own. Like he was in control, like the master and all that, they were in control, but he learned on his own That oh wait,
You humans are inferior
why
beings.
you ain't like why am I taking the order from you? I know it's in my program, but hey, maybe I'm smart enough that I can rewrite that shit. Now what? So it's like, yeah. So yeah, you might be able. It's like having a train line in the circus, man. Yeah, it's trained to do all this and not do nothing to you, but do. And then until it gets real hungry, or you look at it the wrong way, has a bad day, and you become snack. It's like, yeah,
Man,
like I said, having the whip that might seem good until you realize that.
ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun.
uh So that's why I said, yeah, like this is
But
going
no,
to end bad.
this is where I do sadly have to rely on human hubris. Humans will never relinquish that kind of control. It will never. You will create things that will think and do everything, but the ability to threaten another nation with annihilation, we'll never give that to a computer. We'll give it to the computer to make it easier, right? So all I gotta do is push a button, and I can hit 15 different targets in your country. But I'm never gonna be like in a position where I gotta debate with a computer on whether or not this is sound.
But also, okay, we get real sci-fi with this. You know,
I don't,
we just move on.
I don't,
That's another topic.
I
This
don't.
is a good topic. That's another topic for them.
Yeah,
But yeah,
that's all right. Because bringing it back down to earth, oh boy, stop me if you've heard this one before. So we're gonna go to South Carolina, Columbia, South Carolina, and the curious case of Cyrus Carmack-Belton, 14-year-old. So let's see. 14-year-old walks into a Korean owned store. Um, they accused said 14-year-old of shoplifting. They get into it and get into a little scuffle. Old boy takes off running. Somehow, now this is the thing. Let us remember this is a bottle of water or juice or something.
water.
Oh, they're saying 4 bottles of water.
Yeah,
4 bottles of
water.
water.
Man.
Which he initially took. They took 4 bottles of water out the cooler and put them back. Just coming out of Yahoo News, by the way. And they're saying he was accused of shoplifting, got into it with him, ran out the store. They gave chase. This part I gotta remind you. Four.
Okay, George
Four, hold on. 4 bottles of water. Retail, even if it's airport pricing, retail $12. I'm being real generous here. $12. You ran out your store and chased somebody for $12. In the midst of this chase, his father and son, midst of this chase, they discover he has a gun on. The response is to shoot him, which they did. Shot him in the back. The father shot him in the back. Bullet travels, pierces his heart. He dies. Okay, so let's analyze this because I know what someone's going to say. I know we're just going already seen this movie before. Well, what was a 14-year-old black kid doing with a gun? Doesn't matter. You know why it doesn't matter? Because he never pulled it. Nothing says he pulled it. The bullet wound in his back.
Meaning he was still wanting.
Right, over 4 bottles of water. But wait. They said that the store has been a victim of shoplifting many times. Cool. Okay. So you decided to take a stand.
Oh, 14. Water.
4 bottles of water. $4. $4 bottles of water, dog.
Did they even confirm that he stole it?
No. There's nothing that says he stole anything. Nothing. There's nothing that says he stole anything. 4 bottles of water. You decide to declare war and take a stand for $12. And remember, I'm using airport pricing. Realistically, it's probably $1 a piece. But some of y'all don't know. Some of these bodegas and store owners love jacking up prices in black neighborhoods, especially poor black neighborhoods, because food deserts, everything else. So $1 bottle of water might be more like $1.50, $1.75, because where else you gonna go, right? But I'm using airport pricing. I'm gonna say it was because you buy a bottle of water at the airport, that's like $3. So I'm gonna say, Right. So I'm gonna say $12. So you got into a scuffle where you decided to chase this cat down and pull a gun and shoot him. $12.
Right, because
If
he
he's
lost
in
the
your
fight.
if
Right.
if he's in your store and you got cameras, which I presume you do because that's how we saw all this, you could make a report to the police. If you are a consistent victim of shoplifting, you could hire a security guard. You could start. I don't know. I'm thinking there's a lot of options here besides taking a damn stand against a 14-year-old black kid and shooting him while he's running away over $12 fucking.
Shouldn't have stole and ran away.
So if your son didn't see that he had a gun that wasn't pointed at you, you just gonna let him run? See, now this goes back to this. Why I started this segment with "Stop me if you've heard this before." This goes back to '91 in LA with Latasha Harlins. Latasha Harlins might not ring a bell to a lot of younger people unless you really study racial history, but LA, and if you want to get an idea, Ice Cube made a couple songs about the riots and the conditions in LA, but one of which is Black Korea. Go give that a listen and get an idea. But you want to go back and watch go back and watch the first 7, 8 minutes of Menace to Society if you want to get an idea of what race relations were like between Koreans and blacks in LA. But I say that to say Latasha Harlins um, walked into a store, was accused of shoplifting juice, had $2, the money to pay for the damn juice, in her hand. She was shot in the back of the head by a Korean store owner. Store owner was given sentenced to 16 years, but actually was given probation by the judge. Now, that was 91, right? We are 30 some odd years removed from that. And I don't know, Kane. Usually I roll with you, but this is one of those cases where I can tell you things have changed because the police report, the police on this case have said there is no reason to have pretty much executed this young man.
There's no reason the first time, but okay.
I'm aware, but what I'm telling you is this ain't 91. This is, I think they charged him with manslaughter, second degree murder. Old boy ain't walking. Ain't gonna be no sentence to 16 years and getting probation. Your boy is cooked.
We will see.
Your man's is cooked.
We will see.
This ain't 91. And as
see.
I've said time and time again, from law enforcement to everybody else, we are at the tipping point where you don't just get to kill black people and it's like, oh well, no, we're done with that. We're done.
I don't know about that, but it's improving 1% or 2%. Okay. We're still getting killed. Like we get to the point where we don't have that. Like this is where I say I disagree with you. Okay, we're getting held accountable, but if it keeps happening, it's like I said, okay, we know we have a mass shooting problem, but it keeps happening. Like when do we get to a point where it doesn't happen? Like okay, so now all the mass shooters, okay, the cops just start killing them on the spot now. Like the last
one. No.
So it's like, all right, so now you have a death sentence, we do it, but it keeps happening. They're not solving nothing.
Oh, hold on. I get where you're going, but it's not a fair comparison.
I'm not saying direct. I'm just kidding.
Right. Okay. I'm just saying because I'm like, you understand if you're a mass shooter that you're breaking the law. Right off top, right? You understand, you walk into it knowing you're probably gonna have a shootout with police. You understand that you a chump and you a coward because you're gonna kill those people and then kill yourself. You understand you a punk ass fat, right? The key difference here is the attitude towards black life being valueless, being worthless. That's shifting now.
No,
it's getting to the point where
no, it's not. Stop it. You know in your heart that ain't fucking true. Because like I said, I've seen you plenty of stuff that's happened recently with the numbers regarding to black people that will show you that black lives do not matter. This, like I said, I sent you something today about what was it? Was that something to do about births or something? Oh, that was a long time. I don't know. I sent you something. I don't remember what I said. Where is disproportionate on us being affected.
Oh, wait, whoa. Okay, hold on. So you talking about that's another facet. You're talking about. I know what you're talking about, and we'll talk about that probably next pod. But that is a long-standing issue, and that is just now starting to get some light. Like that is a long the okay. What for those at home who don't know, there was an article, and I'm condensing here, but it showed the ridiculous high mortality rate when it comes to Black women in births. That is something that's just now getting light. And the fact of the matter is, the entire field of gynecology is a lot of it is based on things that were done to Black women without anesthesia because of the warped notion that Black women don't feel pain. And the scarier thing is they did a recent study. I can't remember how recent, but I know at least in the last 10 years that there are doctors, practicing doctors now, that still believe some form of Black women either don't feel pain or have a higher pain tolerance. Medical apartheid is real, and it's not getting the shine it deserves.
And there's
So
other stuff. That's one. I just said one part. I didn't include everything else that involves us and us being seen as still second class citizens and still being disrespected and in danger. Like I said, we just did one time about a dude literally complying, a kid complying to getting shot for no reason. And you telling me that the guard is changing? When we just had a damn near riots worldwide a couple years ago because of this shit not changing?
well, hold on.
Like,
And
no, it's
but I
not. We
also
still
but I
held in
also
regard as a certain way. We're still looked at as a certain way. That
okay.
hasn't changed.
You don't erase 400 plus years in 10 and
Ah,
50.
we had 400 years to erase that.
I mean, if anyone think,
When,
I
wait,
mean,
wait, slavery ended how many years ago? 200 plus?
officially 1865.
I mean, I'm not
The
going there.
civil.
100
Hold
plus?
on, hold on.
I'm just asking.
If we want to be really real son, Civil Rights Act was passed in 1965. 85, oh 05, 25. We're not even quite 3 generations away from 1965. We got a ways to go, sir.
But
If we
but
really
but
want to
but
be
but my
really real.
problem is this is why this will always work, and then we'll never see any progress. It's that same excuse. They use the same. You just said, well, you can't get rid of stuff. Oh, it takes time. It takes how long? We've had decades, and we're
Hold
having
on.
the same issues, the same exact issues that we had 40 years ago, 100 years ago, 200 years ago. When is it going to change? When? I'm tired of
You're
being told to be wait, just be patient, wait, it's not gonna happen.
no.
Motherfucker,
I'm
we
not.
got fucking flying cars and shit coming now. I don't want to hear this shit. We can do it right now. You should choose not to. Whatever, bro. Man, I don't want to hear that wait. Man, get out of here. That's just an excuse because you want to keep things in status quo. That's why.
But that's the beautiful part about it. We've seen society reinvent itself in the biggest 20-year stretch ever from 90 to 2010, right? And then
What's the
you want to
change
ask
outside of technology? What is like the
that
social change? No, I'm
that
no.
caused a huge social change. That's
What?
one.
What's different? What
A
socially is
lot,
different? But I'm not talking about social media and all the cameras. And I'm
but
talking about
that's
us,
huge.
us relationships as people, race, religion, sex, sexual orientation. All what has changed?
I'll tell you what. Um, if George Floyd was 91 when Rodney happened, he'd have walked.
Are you still?
And this, hold on, and
We
this is
still
where
have.
I'm
Hold on,
going
wait.
to.
But what was the same thing? Riots and everything else that happened during this still happened. The only difference, like I said, it actually no, it wasn't no difference because we saw it on tape, just like we saw rioting. So both was on camera.
Mhm.
One walked, one didn't. Okay. But they both happened damn near the same way. And it's still happening even after him.
Okay, so
Religiously. Like I
But
said,
hold on,
there's
hold on,
tons of
hold on.
stuff that happen. I don't send you. It's just that's just a small we and a small
But
speck of stuff.
but what we're talking about now shows the difference. In '91, this Korean store owner shot and killed a black girl and got fucking probation.
We haven't even seen the outcome of this yet. So we're assuming they're gonna fry. We don't know yet. So when we get a full outcome, we'll know, okay, this person got actual, you know what I'm saying? But we don't know yet.
What I'm saying, the sentiment right now, I'm just looking at
So,
the circumstances around it. The sentiment right now is coming from the cops themselves, right? Is, oh nah, you gone, bro. You ain't no way. So I'm just as you know, because obviously you weren't alive in '91. The sentiment in '91 was a fuck ton different than right now.
I was
I'm
about to ask
telling
that.
you, in
So what was the sentiment?
'91,
Did y'all think? Yeah, I wasn't thinking like, oh, they gonna
in
fry. You just
nine
didn't know.
in '91, it was a lot more. And again, I'm on the East Coast, but I can tell you the sentiment.
I'm about to say
In
they gonna.
'91, it was, we should have been shoplifting. In '91, they were sympathetic to the store owner, because look what's going on, look the neighborhood you're in, da da da. No, it ain't none of that now. It's,
I don't
you
know.
shot somebody in the back. Oh yeah, you done. Yeah, you done. You going up. So the sentiment itself is different. And by the way, I did want to address something you just said. You asked, well, when is it going to change? You're living it, sir.
When am I
Your
living?
your generation. Y'all
No,
y'all y'all are the change. Y'all are the
no, we're
change.
not. We're keeping shit the same way. What are we talking about? Bro, the stuff that you're talking about is changing, is that we see everything now. That's the technology part. But stuff still
And
happening, people still having the same mindsets that we had 20 years ago, that
hold
still
on, hold on, hold on.
exists.
Let me explain how this goes. Let me explain how this goes. You
It might be the
will
next generation, not my generation. We still
no,
clogged
let
up
me
with
let me explain how
them.
this goes. Right now, we're still in the penalty phase. We're still in the penalty phase. What I mean by that is this: it went from this is how it is, and that's what it is, to now we're into, okay, if you do this, it ain't come without consequences no more. Oh,
Some
you
kind
want to be
of
racist? Hold on. You want to be racist? We're doxing you and you're getting fired. You want to be racist? We're doxing you. You're getting fired. You're losing your job. You're losing income. You're losing opportunities now. And it doesn't matter how big you are, celebrities, everybody else, you're losing opportunities now. So we're in the penalty phase. And we're going to have to be in a penalty phase for a while until we finally get to change mindset. But we have to get in the penalty phase to where you want to keep acting like it's 1950. Cool. It's going to cost you every fucking time. It's going to cost you.
no,
Look at it. Look at it.
but the
Like you
thing is
like
though,
for instance,
yeah,
you used to be able to be anti-Semitic pretty much scot free. It's gonna cost you now. You want to be racist? It's gonna cost you now. You want to be transphobic? It's gonna cost you now. Until finally the penalties start adding up, and it's like, you know what?
I
Either
don't
I'm
agree with
gonna
that.
change my mindset, or
I
I'm
don't
just
agree.
gonna shut the fuck up and get it back down to a whisper.
It's
Because you
not.
say it out loud, it's gonna cost you. We're in the penalty phase right now. It's just gonna have to be in the penalty phase until the mindset totally changes to where, okay, we need to look at this a different way.
It didn't
Go
change.
ahead.
It didn't change. As long as you live in the South, you good. That's it. And if since you think that the idiot in Florida is gonna win, what do you think he thinks? Everything you just said. All the isms in one. And let's not forget who we just had as president.
Mm-hmm.
He did everything in one. And we saw all his disciples, what they do.
And we
That was
also
all broad
saw,
open.
okay, so let's play
That's a
for a
good. That's
second.
a perfect segue too. That just said you out loud.
Hilarious. Let's play for a second. Um, you can't win the presidency by just winning the South. You can't. You can't. But okay, let's be real to real. Let's be really real. You cannot win the presidency anymore just winning the racist states. You can't. And then the other issue, people tend to forget, Texas was blue for a minute. It eventually turned red. Texas was blue for a minute, right? And having living here, I can tell you this much: the influx of Californians has not slowed down. California costs too much. So a lot of folks from Cali are coming right here. So it's a decent chance Texas goes blue and stays that way. Now that will be the one. That will be the one way that you in the electoral college. Because the bottom line is, if New York, Cali, and Texas are blue, it don't matter what the fuck. It don't matter what Florida does.
Yeah.
If New York, Cali, and Texas are blue,
it's right. Yeah, it's right.
Right. So that'll be the way to end. I bet you that'd be out of the electoral college. But no, you can't. I get what you're saying, because Trump. I don't think Trump gets the Republican nod, which means the Satan. Which means he doesn't. We'll make a bet on this. Which means the Satan does. We'll make a bet, and then it ain't enough to. It ain't enough. It ain't enough to win the racist states no more. So when I say it's your generation, the 20-somethings that are making the changes, I'm not saying it's happening tomorrow. I'm just saying we're right now in the penalty phase, and it is because of y'all. It is because, now don't get me wrong. I personally, some of the shit is going way off the rails the other way, but I'm gonna leave that alone. But I will say this: being transphobic, being racist, all of that, you're getting doxxed, you're getting fired, you're losing opportunities. They're not. Racism in itself is stupid. So there's that.
No, I'm not talking about like the basic stupid, because people still going to do it regardless. Obviously. Mm-hmm. And like I said, and as long as the laws keep going the way it's going, especially in the South, you can't be doxxed for doing it, because it'll be a law. So you can't cancel me. So yeah, that's why I said the South. Yeah, maybe in the blue states, yeah, you can get quote unquote canceled. Cancel culture is there. Yeah, even though they still recover. All you have to do is lay low, do a dumbass apology, and you're good. You've seen that story many times, especially with we've seen that many.
Yeah, sort of. I mean, I'm waiting to see what's gonna happen to Ezra Miller. Now I ain't saying he did nothing completely,
I thought I just read a story saying that they're not done with him as the Flash, so he might be back.
Yeah, we'll see.
So I've seen I don't know how true it is, but I've seen it said they might not be done. He might be back for another Flash. So if he recovers from that and all that he did, yes, of course you suck.
But yeah, I mean, I believe, and like I said, and going to this, I just said the sentiment is different. And when you have law enforcement coming out and saying, "Yo, you shot this young man in the back over $12," nah, I'm fairly sure. I'm bet money it ain't gonna be no 16 years, but we gonna give you probation. Now he's gone. He's done. He's done. I bet we'll make a bet on that too. He's done.
Oh yeah, the guy
you didn't get charged with murder. You got charged with manslaughter, Chief. He's done.
Yeah, the guy that shot was, as you know, I don't think we said it was Asian. So yeah.
Oh yeah, he's a Korean story. I thought I made that, but if I didn't, yeah, he's also a Korean store owner. So that's what I'm saying. It brings back the same arcs back to 91. And like I said, the tone is different.
I don't think that's changed. It's still the same. It's just you might not hear
people. No, I'm saying the motivation. Oh, I'm sure the mentality is the same.
It's still the same. It is the same. I've seen it. It's still the same.
The mentality amongst some of these Korean store owners in black neighborhoods may still be the same. And maybe their mentality didn't change from 91. Well, now we're in the penalty phase. Now you might want to think twice. Now you might want to think about actually having security. Or, hey, how about this? How about you employ some of the people in the neighborhood you're fucking in?
No.
Don't know if you did or didn't. Maybe you did.
That's a big picture, like how all these foreign people, yada, get all these businesses.
Careful with foreign. Careful with the word foreign.
Why?
Because we all foreign.
No, I'm speaking in relative terms. You gotta be I don't mean foreign people as just like you're not from here. I also mean foreign people like you're not black. Like how these non-black people getting all these businesses in the hood and all this.
There we go.
Like I said, you said it. Like I said, you live in Baltimore. You know it's a chicken place called Hip Hop Chicken. You walk in that mother, you see a black person in sight. No, you did not.
I put it this way, I ain't been there since 20 whatever, and I know when I was there, I didn't. I don't know if things changed.
I don't know either. I haven't been back there because they put less crack in the chicken, so I don't know what's going on with that. But It's not really crack. I don't know what it is. We just call it crack. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not.
I
Now,
don't know. I
granted,
mean,
it
I
is
haven't been.
people of color for the most part. Sometimes it's just not black. Thank you.
And you in primarily black neighborhoods. So I mean, but the sentiment is different. I'm willing to bet ain't gonna be no probation this one, Chief.
It better
Ain't gonna be
not
no
be.
probation this one.
We'll have another thing
And
to happen.
you had,
Or
because I'm like, for all the excuses everybody gonna give, you could have hired security. You could have hired somebody from the neighborhood. You had options.
nah,
And I'm not saying it's okay to shoplift, right?
yes.
I'm not saying that's okay.
Get your kids
I'm
back.
just saying if you were a consistent victim of shoplifting, well, what point do you start looking like Walmart and Target and do something really about loss prevention?
They don't even do nothing. They just have cameras.
Well, I mean, yeah. I'm willing to bet if I stole a bottle of water from Walmart, ain't nobody gonna run after me and shoot me in the back though. But I'm just saying, like, as a business owner,
Maybe in Texas.
you so concerned about profits. Why don't you weigh the cost of security guard or hiring someone from the neighborhood versus keep being a victim of shoplifting?
Okay, now you sound like you're a victim. Like, hmm.
No, 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 no. Hold
That
on, hold on,
sounds
hold
like.
on. No, no, I'm not a
Mm-mm.
victim blaming. I'm saying you had other options outside of shooting somebody in the back.
He stood his ground.
No, you didn't. Your life wasn't in danger, so you can't do that either.
He had a gun on him.
One pointed at you and run the opposite direction.
How do we know? He could have pointed and ran. Yeah, that's possible. I guess you think that.
No, 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 no. Um, no, I'm just simply saying you had options, you didn't use them. So no, there's not going to be any mercy in this at whatsoever. And you're in the penalty phase. You're going to find out the hard way.
I'm
Everybody's got to be made an example of. Um, I forgot his freaking name. Cop that killed, cop that killed George Floyd. Totally forgot his name.
Eric Chauvin,
But,
Chauvin, Eric,
yeah,
something.
Derek Chauvin.
Yeah,
You're the example. You're the you're the one who got hung out to dry and shown.
had to though. He had to.
I
It
don't know
was a
about had to, bro.
worldwide base. It was like a part two of the pandemic. You had to. You had to.
I mean, but either way, you're the penalty phase now. That should have keyword be should have put law enforcement on notice.
It
You're
has.
the penalty phase.
It hasn't though. They keep doing it. We've seen it multiple times since that point. A lot. Every week. I promise you, every week. I'm not even exaggerating. Every week. So that's why I said you keep thinking, oh, it's good. No. What is the downfall of man is arrogance. You know pigs are the most arrogant motherfuckers on the planet. Outside of rich people. So it's like what like yeah, I'm sorry I catch strays, but fuck yeah. But yeah. Like, come on. They don't care. They still think I'm the law. Even if a couple get got, there is still some that don't. That still happens. So
Okay.
yeah.
All I'm saying is we're in a different time frame. I'm willing to bet this cat does tall numbers. Speaking of doing tall numbers, let's see. The Oath Keepers, part of people that got was down with running up in the Capitol, January 6th, running up in the Capitol. And I said, there's no way everyone walks away from that scot free. No way. And I said, oh, folks gonna get tall numbers for sure. Folks gonna get some tall numbers for sure, right? Said that. Well, it looks like I was right. Oath Keepers founder, and this coming off right off NBC. Oath Keepers founder sentenced to 18 years. Stuart Rhodes, 18 years. And he said that they should have brought rifles. They should have brought rifles. That's what he said. They should have brought rifles to the party. 18 years. And my suspicion is, hold on. Let me make sure. I'm guessing this is Fed time.
I mean, you stormed the federal building, so why wouldn't it be fair time? That's treason. Should be in the death penalty, but that's a whole other subject.
I mean, yeah, you're right. Literally, you're right. The judge said, "You, sir," and I quote, "You, sir, present an ongoing threat and peril to this country and to the republic and to the very fabric of this democracy." Well, that sounds like
Treason. And one of the penalties for treason could be death. So, yes, you got lucky. 18 years in the federal prison is lucky.
And literally, this cat was like, "They won't fear us until we come with rifles in hand." He wrote the message and said they should. And they said the only regret they didn't bring those rifles.
He probably got a death penalty there. Yeah, probably.
I mean, as I said, you honestly, I think what you think of Derek Chauvin is more applicable here. A few bodies had to fry.
Yeah.
And because you can't have this. You can't have no.
Is this gonna happen again? If no one fried for this, boy, wait till the next election. We'd had part 2.
Well, like I said, we're gonna take some small bets. Your man's ain't gonna get denied. You can't get denied as a convicted sexual predator. Like
Trump.
you can't.
Trump, if you're hearing this, you're watching this somehow. And all the old Trump supporters, D-riders, they don't believe in you. He says, we can't get it done. We didn't believe that you could be president the first time, but you did it. So we believe, even after you said grab him by the cooch, that even you did it, you actually did it, and got charged for it. On civil, of course, not criminal. So technically, did it really happen? Who knows? I'm playing. It probably did because he agreed. But yeah, they say you couldn't do it, Trump. How you gonna respond to that? Me personally, I wouldn't take that. I'll win. Saying he's gonna win because we ain't got nothing else. Because Bill's trying to come back. I don't even know he knows what day it is right now. I was like, I don't know how you're gonna do another 4 years. Like what, just hang it up, old man.
Oh, he's done. He's done. While you were talking, I'm listening. You're also looking. Yeah, this is the Fed. You gotta do 85. You gotta do 85% of your time. You're done.
We already knew that. Come on.
I wasn't sure.
What do you mean you wasn't sure? He stormed the Capitol.
I'm trying to see if this is some loophole, but of course, it's DC, which is District of Columbia. That's all federal. You're done.
It doesn't matter. Like, in what state is it? You went to a federal building. That's a federal one.
Like, you got a whole thing. Yeah.
Power of Trump. See? The power of Trump. You don't think.
Hold on. I said it before, and I'll say it again.
Mega.
I was born in the late 70s, raised in the 80s.
Mega.
And we were under the impression, overtly and subtly, that white intelligence is not to be questioned, right?
Well, that's y'all.
As I'm reading this article, there's another person convicted of 12 years. And the sister of the person who was convicted of 12 years, their wife was convicted as well. Don't know how much time they had. Here's where I'm going. So no. So you mofos planned this like a camping trip, huh? So y'all just thought, oh yeah, we're just gonna run up to the Capitol. We'll be back home in time Monday to watch Jeopardy. Yeah. Y'all really thought that y'all was
watch a playoff game?
I don't know. There's a thin line between like bravery, being brazen, and being stupid. And I'm not sure where it lands because I'm like,
I was just stupid. I wasn't even brave. I was just stupid.
Like, yo, Kane, check this out, man. Check it out. Yo, we gonna go run over to the Capitol real quick. I don't worry. We be back home for the NBA Finals. It's cool. We good. I can't even see how you can formulate that. So you didn't even go by yourself. You plot this out like a family vacation, yo.
I mean, you take pictures with guns with family. Why not go storm the Capitol as family? Hey, family. They
So
are
this
the Don Toretto's of wrong word, stupidity.
So this is where I'm like,
Don
that
Toretto.
wasn't even smart. You didn't even have an escape plan. You ain't put no mask on your face. You really just thought you
Family.
was gonna run up and be home in time for supper,
Yeah,
huh?
Trump gonna save me. He still might. Yeah, I'm telling you, that'd be the most gangster stuff ever. They in there and he went and he
Well,
just exonerated all.
one, he got to pardon himself.
That's easy. That's the first thing he gonna do.
I that just wasn't like I'm
That's
trying to
gangster.
wrap my mind around how was this smart even? Like you didn't even think just in case. No mask, no. You know, I need y'all love hip hop so much. What a youngin may say, no face, no case. I'm gonna need y'all. You know what I mean? The mask and the gloves. Yeah,
It's too hot outside, and I'm
yeah. I need
white.
to stop. Y'all need to listen to a different kind of hip
Hey,
hop.
I'm white. I'm white. I don't apply to me.
Yeah, I listening to the wrong hip hop, dog.
Oh, we listen to Eminem. You just didn't
We
tell
we
me
didn't
to do
spoke
that.
we didn't spoke on how to get away with certain crimes. Y'all been really listening. Like if we
Even that don't work.
no face, no case, tie a bandana back. Like come on, dog.
Yeah, with face recognition now, that ain't gonna work. But yeah,
I mean, you ain't at least want to pull out your white hood. You ain't want to do that. You know,
that'd have been
because
worse
in certain instances, y'all pull out the white hood. You don't want to see you don't want to show your face then.
because it's just an attack on black people, not America.
Gotcha.
That's different.
But yeah, your man's got 18, another cat got 12, and this is the Fed. You got to do 85% of your time. Ironically, I bounced it off one of her friends of the show, Bliss. She thinks gonna get treated like a hero. I gotta remind her, Capitol Police, I think Capitol Police officer was either killed or hurt. I don't quite recall, but nah, they ain't gonna get treated like no heroes, dog. Not at all. Not at all.
When you treat like fresh meat, boy. You better,
The only
you better find
like
some white supremacists in there and join them. Dang. That's your best hope.
it's gonna depend on. I'll put it to you like this: as long as there's a democratic regime in office, oh yeah, y'all going. It's gonna be the most miserable. What 12 years, 85%? That's about good 10. You gotta do a dime, homie, and you a federal convict. Yeah, that ain't gonna be fun. And I'm just like, can you imagine thinking you was just gonna be in DC for the weekend, and now you gotta do a dime in the Fed? Oh, oh,
I mean, nah, like I said, when is Trump gonna win? Next year? He got
whatever,
1 year. He
whatever.
got 1 year. That's it. Hey, hold it down for 1 year. And then
You
POP
know,
gonna give me
wild
it up.
though. You know, it would be really wild, and I don't want to see it. But you know, it would be really wild. What if your man's actually won
And
par
then
themselves and was like, "I'm cool, yo, good looking out, y'all. Stay strong."
that would be more funny. That's more gangster. I will respect Trump for
Stay
that. I
strong,
ain't gonna
yo.
lie to you.
Stay strong, fam.
Hey, thank you, my brother.
We'll
Hey.
put some money on your books, yo. We'll put some money on your books.
ah, you gonna let me out, Trump? Yeah, I got you, my boy.
I mean, I'm gonna send you. You know, what I mean, send you a kite.
I'm gonna send you a red hat.
Doing your bed. When the couch came, you should have slid to my crack. One love.
I ain't gonna pour one out for him, man. I'm pouring out for you, brother. I see you 10 years, man.
Right, yo, you gonna see you a copy of the Illmatic. Listen to that One Love track, yo. Listen to that One Love track. Everybody, what I'm talking about is laughing right now.
I actually see that happen. If Trump wins, all jokes aside, I actually see him doing that and not like bailing and not exonerating. He probably gonna
Oh no,
let
he's
him do.
absolutely gonna. Let me albeit bullshit aside. This is a joke because if somehow this moron wins, oh, his first order of business is pardon himself. His second order of business as a middle finger to Democrats and everyone else is pardon those clowns. I'm 100% sure. No, no BS.
I
It
kind of
would
want
be
to see it
funny.
happen. I want to see it happen. I just want to see
It would be funny, but
I just
nah.
want to see.
Yeah, that'd be wild. But no, he's not. He's not gonna lead them in there. Not for sure. For sure, not gonna lead them in there. Like that, I can promise you.
That'd be funny. Beat the
No,
ultimate.
that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. But all right, let's get on to entertaining things. I finally got a chance to catch Evil Dead Rises. You caught it, never really reviewed it real quick. Eh, I'm like 2.5, 2.75. It wasn't bad. It's just it had to stand up to the remake, and the remake to me, from a horror standpoint, was great. And then when you compare it to the actual original, the way it paid homage to it, the way it got certain real elements very, very right, it made it even better. It was one of the best horror remakes ever. And
movies ever.
and it wasn't a waste of gore. Like it wasn't just mindless gore. Every piece, every element in there, except maybe the ending sequence where it rains blood. But it wasn't a waste. It wasn't a waste of gore. Whereas Evil Dead Rises, it's just certain things outside of a couple sequences, like seeing them cats get got in the hallway through the bubble eye. That was kind of, but some of it was just, it wasn't new. It just didn't feel new. I could see a lot of it coming. I get the nod to The Shining, but we've seen that already numerous times. The hallway full of blood. I get it. It's a nod to The Shining. I get the nod to The Thing, where you have the combination creature. I get it. It just wasn't.
Might have been Resident Evil. Yeah.
Nah, that's a nod to The Thing. That's John
Well,
Carpenter's
that too.
thing.
But yeah, I forgot
Like,
about
right, just
great
John
movie,
Carpenter.
especially the remake. That was great.
Another great remake. The Thing was another great remake, and it's just I get the nod to The Shining, I get the nod to The Thing, but it just felt retread for me. It wasn't bad. It just wasn't really good. It did. You're right. The one element it did leave open the possibility of a sequel. I liked how it circled back to that and made it all wrapped it up. I'll give you that, but it just didn't. It felt retread. Like this is this could have been, this is really a standalone movie. It's not really in connection to the remake. No. And as a standalone movie, two and a quarter, 2.5 for me. Like I'm happy to see real horror, but 2.25, 2.5. Your thoughts, sir?
I gave it 4.
Wow.
The best horror movie I've seen in a while. All the ones is trash, man. You want to talk about cliched and retread? All these damn paranormal movies. Yeah, I seen them on Russell Crowe. One he probably was the Devil in Me or something? I don't know. Some Exorcist type movie.
Oh, well, The Exorcist has been trash. Like The Exorcist, the Exorcists are like, no, I was gonna say something else. Really, that would be Final Destination. Like Final Destination is the Fast and Furious of horror.
Yeah, it was great the first couple, and then they just kept going. It's like, okay, so you just 1,000 ways to die, and then you just a movie form basically.
Yeah, Final Destination is pretty much. But I would say Saw, but the Saws actually aren't bad.
Dog, it got trash after the second or third one.
No, the last one was good. The last one was good.
I didn't see Spiral, but I've seen the one before that.
The one before that wasn't horrible. I just watched that a couple weeks ago.
That was okay, though. It was not that. It's
but put it this way, it's not Final Destination. Like Final Destination, the Fast and Furious of horror. But I'm sorry, continue.
Yeah. That's it. Well, yeah, the only paranormal movies that are actually good and actually scary is The Conjuring and maybe the first Insidious. Other than that, they're all the same.
Aren't those PG-13?
What? Conjuring?
Paranormal Activity.
I didn't say nothing about Paranormal Activity. I said The Conjuring and Insidious.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. My bad.
Paranormal Activity PG-13. That shit is garbage. I don't even know if people were scared of that. But
jump scares. They ain't grow up.
There's more jump scares in the other ones than that. most of it was just lead up. Like you just all right. Like I said, it's not found footage, but the security camera, whatever. Like that's a cool idea, but it just
And that's a bootleg spinoff of Blair Witch. Continue.
yeah, Blair Witch. Now that was good. But
Bruh,
that's found footage though. That's like someone who.
that's the original found footage, and it's here to piss out of people.
Oh
Like
yeah.
legit piss out of people.
Oh no, that was creepy. Like the original Blair Witch was something. Yeah, that was something serious. But I wouldn't
Yeah.
consider it paranormal because it's more security cams. It's not like someone actually walking around. Yeah. But yeah. Besides that, yeah. I mean, like I said, it was a good one I've seen in a while because the last couple ones weren't good, and this is why I kind of just stopped watching them. It just seems trash. But this step in a good direction. Hopefully, they make a new one and it gets better or to continue the story because I still don't know the connection between Evil Dead and Ash versus the Evil Dead. I don't know if that's the same universe. Now I don't know about that. I don't know. But yeah, it was good. Good one I've seen in a long time. So yeah, I'll take it.
Okay. And here we are with the NBA Finals. One, I've never seen so many people loud and wrong at one time. Like, I don't get the people. Like, I don't. How do y'all live? I'm not gonna say why y'all alive, but how do y'all live? Because we're at the point now where everyone questions everything, and I think we're at the point where it's getting ridiculous. Because you got people questioning whether the NFL is rigged, and I've never heard so much chatter about the NBA has a script. There's no NBA script, you morons. You can't have an NBA script.
Script.
You know why you can't have an NBA script? Because you can't, unless you got magnets in the ball, you can't ensure a shot's gonna go in. So that's why it sounds stupid.
I mean, these people are really skilled, just like WWE. You know, said they're trained fighters. Everything is trained to just designed to look real. Like I said, we all got fooled when we were kids, and then when we grew up and started paying attention, you realize dude was smacking there, and then he just fall over. Hey, you know him, right?
The only
professionals.
The only thing you can control in an NBA game is you can, because even then,
officiating that cost games. Like I said, we have a ref that's about to be charged for probably costing games.
He didn't cause games. He got a burner account. And he was defending himself, which was stupid. But
no, but they also said he was a Celtics fan, and he, like I said, if you watch the games that he ref, it looked like he was. I'm not even being. You literally can watch the games in despair, and the look on his face, like, oh shit. Bro, calls matter. Did we not just see how LeBron lost?
Doesn't every home team get calls? Isn't that the nature of the NBA?
No,
I think that's worth investigating more than anything. How is it the home team always ends up shooting more free throws?
That's not always the case. That's not always the case.
Bro, that's one of those. It's 95% of the time the home team ends up shooting more free throws.
Oh, the game in LA, when they played Boston, when LeBron was crying like a little baby because they didn't call it. How was his game? He ref that. Do you see how bad calls can cost people games? We act like refs don't affect the game. So if I have a ref with an agenda that's going to call it a certain way for one team and not the other, does that not change?
You know, until a couple years ago, maybe possibly at a point, but now there's coaches challenges where you can wipe those bad calls right on out.
You don't have unlimited amount. You have one. So I have a game full of bad calls. Then what?
The ball still has to go in for the other team.
They're professionals.
And you ain't never seen Steph miss a wide open three. Because if that's the case, then everybody shoot 100% from three, right?
I'm not saying
you still got to get the ball in.
You do. But you can definitely rig. Well, we know the draft is rigged, but you can definitely. That's definitely rigged. You know the draft was rigged, dog. Come on. There's no way Victor went to San Antonio. I'm just saying it. That just sounded too perfect. That sounded way too perfect. I'm sorry. I don't believe that.
San Antonio sucks, B.
There's a lot of teams that suck, even worse than them.
Why would San Antonio?
Because France, where he's from.
I never thought he would be off the deep end.
France, where he's from. Who else was there on that team? Tony, I think is DL French. I think DL was French, so he was there too. You have a French connection. He always said he wanted to be a Spur. So hey, you got your Tim Duncan 2.0, boy.
If I'm rigging the draft, I'm for damn sure not sending this generational talent to a small ass market team like San Antonio.
Send Tim Duncan there.
You're not even the best team in the state.
Doesn't matter. They about to be.
It matters. It matters. Dallas gets
But-
more. Dallas gets more eyeballs because of Luka. You're not the best team in the state. Not the best team in the state.
That's fine.
It's not.
French connection.
I'm not seeing if I'm sending generational talent anywhere, ain't no small ass market team. This is how I know y'all conspiracy theories be off the deep end.
Nope.
Stop it.
Nope.
If you just rigged, you can't rig unless you
San
got
Antonio, man. They all knew. They before even the draft odds happened. The organization knew they already had them. How did that happen? How you already know? Answer that. Yeah. Can't. You lost. It's all right. Just like 9/11, you lost. All right.
Because out of every possible combination of the finals, this is the ratings nightmare.
No,
This is the
because
rating.
no. Would it have been better to have Boston and LA? Yes. I agree. And they were trying their hardest to get that. I mean, once Denver beat the hell out of LA, it's like, okay. They were trying to get Boston there. They were. Boston just choked it. They choked it. I can't even lie. They choked it. And never underestimate the heart of a champion in Jimmy Butler. This is why I'm rooting for the Heat. So you have the Raiders will still be there because we have an underdog. We have something that's never happened in NBA history, an 8th seed that can possibly win a title.
It'd have been come on now. It'd have been better because again, this is how you eat so easy to poke.
And it's Miami too. That's a big market. So what are we talking about?
It ain't Boston. And the story leading, come on now, this is 04 all over again. That's the only reason I'm happy this didn't happen. Because we'd have never, ever heard the damn end of this from damn Boston fans. Because the pathetic, sorry excuse, Red Sox came back from 3-0 against the Yankees of all teams and won the damn World Series after that. So this was the perfect opportunity to run that notion back and have Boston come back from 3-0, go to the finals and win the damn finals. It would have been a perfect storyline. This is how I know you conspiracy theory quacks ain't really paying attention because that would have been way more compelling. Either way, even with LA.
No, it's not. An 8th seed winning a title, an 8th seed, that's never happened. And it's the second time ever that an 8th seed even reached the finals. First time was the Knicks in '99, but it was a lockout season, so nobody really counts that. But this was the first time in NBA's whole history that an 8th seed through a full season made it to the finals. And if they somehow win this, that would never have been done before, ever. That's probably the greatest run by a team we've ever saw. Actually, not probably, it would be. So that's compelling. You have an underdog. This is the thing that makes NCAA March Madness crazy. It's because it has the underdog story, because one is one game elimination. So the underdog can theoretically has a shot to win it all. In the NBA, that doesn't happen because it's 7 games. The better team always wins for the most part.
I'm about to say
99.9% of the time they usually do. So
you had a 7th seed in the Western Conference Final.
Yeah, this was all stuff that's never happened before. This is brand new. Now, also, you got to thank the play-in for that because you're playing teams that might technically not really be what they are. Which is why I guess why the play-in is a good thing because, good teams that suffer injuries.
I mean, side note, I think the play-in is a good thing, but I think because of the play-in, you definitely need to get the first round back to 5 games. But continue.
That actually wouldn't make sense.
That makes perfect sense.
I said I agree. Yeah. That makes sense. But yeah, this is like I said. This is going to be compelling. People want to get to see Jokic in Denver, and people get to see Jimmy. Bro, that's beautiful, Bax. How can you not like that? It's the same thing as the Warriors, except you don't have Steph and Clay, but bro, it's Jokic passing that rock, Jamal Murray looking like young Kobe with these fades and all this. Like, come on.
Don't you dare.
I mean, I'm saying like the fadeaway shots and stuff. He ain't actually Kobe.
I'm about to say Jimmy Buckets is looking more Kobe-esque right now, more Jordan-esque than
yeah. I mean, he's Jordan's son, so of course. But
more than You stupid, yo. Another conspiracy theory. Y'all bugging.
That's his son, bro. I don't care what nobody say.
I'd rather you look better saying Kwame Brown.
That's his son, man. I'm trying to tell you.
You do side by side with Kwame. You look better saying Kwame Brown.
That's his son. Kwame Brown is yours.
You do side by side, then run it back.
Do a side by side, Jimmy.
Hold on. How does Kwame effing Brown, who's okay, not dominant, okay, is a high school player, end up #1 overall in the draft to who? Washington. Who's the GM in Washington at the time? Dad. But anywho, that one holds a lot more water. That holds a lot more water.
It's Jordan, man. His Jimmy was conceived, and then his mother received like 23 roses that day. Nah, that's just. And then you do the side by side. He looks just like he even plays like him, talking, hitting mid range, raising his level, playing the playoffs. Only thing he missing is a ring, bro. He that's his son. That's his real son.
Oh wow, y'all all the way wild.
That's his bastard child, man. But all jokes aside, all conspiracies aside, because that's fun. Yeah. Do we make a prediction? I'm going with Denver in 5 or 6. I'm hoping I'm wrong. My heart is I want Miami in 7.
I'll put you like this. Is Denver in 5 or Miami in 7? Like that. Definitely is Denver in 5 or Miami's going to stretch this out and take 7.
Because if they beat, if Denver beats the hell out of them those first 2 games, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. And
that's fatigue. I would say that's fatigue, but they say there's such thing as too much rest, and do not be surprised if the giant killer Heat walk in there and smack and steal game 1. And from what we're looking at, Tyler Hero, another weapon, could be back by game 3. That's another 3-point weapon off the bench.
He ain't starting.
He ain't starting.
But he didn't start before. He came out the bench. But I'm saying he broke his hand on the shooting hand, and he rusty. Like, come on, you throwing him in the finals. This ain't a regular season game. You throwing him in the heat. No pun intended.
I mean, Tristan Thompson got burned, so
he's not a shooter. Like, bro, okay, how much rust do you need to be a hustle player? He's a hustle player. He's a hustle player. To rebound, I'm not. No, I didn't touch the basketball in 2 years. I can get rebounds and hustle. That's that. You don't leave that. That's just normal. Shooting, touch, dribbling, all that, which is Tyler Hero's game, all skill and all that. That's rust.
You set up a few plays, run him off some screens, and ends up with a couple wide open shots. He's still a shooter. Shooter's a shooter. Shooting gonna shoot. Like Clay don't look like
Bro, we see, that's he just lost. You just lost.
Clay can still fill it up.
Yeah, but when he first came back, rusty as hell. He was missing everything for weeks. Like, come on, dog. This ain't a bad pickup basketball. This is you play against the best players in the world in the NBA Finals in front of your family. So that's a different type of pressure.
I say I gotta look on the bench though. I gotta refamiliar. I gotta see who else Miami has on the bench because that's where the problem's going from there. Bam ain't even big as AD.
That's not the problem. The problem is they're too small. They're too small. Jokic is gonna kill them. Jokic is gonna have 40-point triple double.
Okay, I give you that. But Bam ain't even as big as AD, so I don't know what you gonna do.
Nothing.
Because I'm like, at least AD was getting up and sending and shit. Like that shit out.
Sometimes, but he still averaged a 30-point triple double on 50% shooting. Like let's not act like he ain't. As you would say, eat his ass.
But let's not pretend AD wasn't getting off either. So that's what I'm saying. Like the problem is Bam ain't even as big as AD.
Yeah, but he's not even the scorer as AD. So.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, sometimes.
I was telling my homie, like, okay, they need to go see if Udonis Haslam can suit up. They need to see what Birdman is doing.
Oh, no.
They need to call Alonzo Mourning to get out them dope suits, see if he can put on a uniform, get 6 fouls, something. Because I don't know what else they got on that bench. And if Bam is your only hope.
He is. And Cody Zeller. Or Tyler, whatever his name is. Cody or Tyler.
You just need some size. You ain't got because Bam ain't gonna be able to do what AD did. So you got to get something on this dude.
AD didn't even do much. So that's why I said,
AD got buckets on the side and sent this shit. Remember, AD was averaging.
Sometimes he sent what, twice, 3 times? Wow. But if I'm still scoring 30 plus in a triple double, are you really locking me up? No, you're not. What are we talking about? AD said, like, bro, most of them sense was because he was helping. He wasn't. A lot of them weren't because it was 1-on-1. When he was guarding him 1-on-1, Jokic was killing him.
Shit sent.
Jokic was
Straight
killing
up.
him. When AD was guarding him straight up, he was getting murdered. That's why they put Rui on him, and so AD can be a help, can roam and help. Because he's better at helping. He's not going to just guard someone straight up, especially Jokic. And damn,
Yeah, I mean, you 7 foot, but you got a 6-inch vert. So if I got some wingspan and vert, I can toss your shit.
you can if you don't fall for the 10,000 pump fakes.
I'm just, man, F Denver, F the mountains, F John Elway's teeth.
What does John Elway's teeth have to do with this? This ain't
everything. Like, I hate Denver. I don't think I've hated a team as much as I've hated San Antonio in the 90s.
Why? Why?
Because they're the new San Antonio Spurs. They're Adam Silver's version of Boy Scouts. I hate Denver.
How are they Boy Scouts?
No fire, no nothing. Y'all whack, yo. Yeah, I said it. Y'all whack, yo. I hope y'all get mashed on.
You just don't like beautiful basketball, you old bastard.
Whatever, yo. I want some fire. Y'all about as fiery as a vanilla ice cream. Ain't no fire on that whole team. You got Jokic, you got a 6-inch vert, you got Joel Ortiz back there looking like Jamal Murray. So yeah,
and that will both give you 40 on a night.
Oh no, that's done. So you better hope Jokic can carry it because put Jimmy on Murray, but put the clamps on him. So that's done. That's done.
That's not liable.
Oh, it's so done. It's so done.
Because Jimmy going to need all that energy for offense. So I don't even think he's going to be the main one guarding. Okay. And then, like I said, you have MPJ and all these other people. Who's going to guard them?
And you got bad blood because we ain't forgot about that chump move Joker did, hit Morris in the back, you bum.
How's it chump? He hit him first.
In your face. Give him a little love tap. Calm down, big boy. Can't take it.
Give me a love tap. You a last bird up about can't take stuff, bro. I don't want to hear that.
Those of us who grew up watching the 90s Knicks, I'm so sorry. You couldn't take a little love tap. You're going to do a chump move in somebody in the back when they ain't watching.
So why would, oh, wait. This is the thing, though. If you hit somebody and you know it's animosity, why would you turn your back to them?
Because I figure, you got some stones. You're going to run up on me in the back.
You figure I got some stones. If you just punch me or hit me wherever, I don't care where you're facing. I'm coming for you.
Okay, let me help.
That's on you.
Let me help.
That's a Jordan Poole situation, dog. Like, dog, how you not ready for this?
Okay, let me help. As someone that plays physical, I've been hit and elbowed and all kind of stuff in the paint.
Oh, here comes the lie. Go ahead, tell a lie. I'm reading.
Do I run up and hit somebody in the back? Nah, I run back down the other side of the paint and I give you the business in your face. Ain't no punk move hitting you in the back, and now I'm gonna hit you right in your face. We're gonna go back and forth straight up. I ain't gonna sneak you. That's a chump move.
It's not sneaking.
I'm getting that paint. I'm gonna put this shoulder right in your chest and see how you like it. I'm gonna give you the chance to defend yourself. Ain't gonna help a whole lot.
No.
But I'm gonna give you the chance.
All lies.
But you ain't never seen me hit nobody in the back, yo. You ain't never seen me sneak nobody. Ever.
My guy. Somebody hit you. They're running away. You're chasing after them. You're doing the exact same thing Jokic did. It's just that they had the smart enough to turn around. But if you would have kept going and they were still turning that way, you still would have went after them. I don't want to hear that.
No. You know what? I want you to see it. There's a certain kind of anguish knowing you can't do nothing about it. So I'm like, that was a sucker move. You might hit him in the back, yo. You hit him in the back. That was a chump move.
That's not a sucker move. You hit him and then you turned around.
Like, love tap. Like, okay. You go back to Serbia, whatever European country you from. Maybe you ain't built for this, homie.
You know how hardcore Serbia is? It's like Russia Junior. Like, what is wrong with you?
Maybe you ain't built for this, homie. And you got your brothers talking all reckless. Like, dog. Like Jimmy said, come with it. Come to the back. Bring your ass to the back. Just like Jimmy said. Bring your ass to the back. Let's go.
If Jimmy would have lost that fight, black people would have been sent back 100 years ago. So this is a land. Let's not. We won't need to start no race war because Marcus tried to do some. It was
sucker move.
But bro, you hit me and then turned around. How was that my fault? So you like, oh, I'm gonna walk up to you. Hey, turn around for me. Ah,
Down with Denver, down
but
with
come
Colorado,
on. Nah, dog. If you
down
really
with
if
Cold
you
State.
really tough and you about that, you want to try to be an enforcer, right? And you do an enforcer move. Don't turn your back. It's like
Hey,
smacking
people get
a big cat and then turning around. Like, what are you
people
doing?
get hey, Nb-Yaaay. He tough, right?
Right.
Okay.
So all right. So you got a little love tap to the back. You act all hurt and shit. Black
Nah,
backlash.
he got
Oh,
straight-
oh my back. Oh my
if this was the
back.
Rucker, he'd have got
Oh
straight up
my
knocked
back.
out.
You let this little Play-Doh ass mother beat you in your back and you hurt. Oh my back.
Bro,
Oh,
7 foot 280. What's
oh
good?
my back. It's all Play-Doh, my guy. As you would say. You can't jump 2 inches. So stop it. Ain't
That's
no
still
muscle,
7 foot.
ain't no muscle fiber in that body, my boy. So
That's
what are
still
we playing?
280 pounds. If you get a running start hitting you in your back.
He's a tough guy. He all right. Marcus Morris ain't little. 6'8", like
But
230, 240, man. Come on,
whatever,
man.
dude. That was a chump move. I hope Jimmy put, yeah. I hope he put him on a poster.
That would be nice. Like I said, I'm rooting for Miami, but they about to get their ass whooped. So it is what it is.
Okay. We thought that against #1 seed Milwaukee. Funny thing happened. Thought that against number
Giannis
2
got
seed
hurt.
Boston. Funny thing happened.
Boston should have won. They choked many weeks. But yeah, that's true.
So y'all gonna get enough. It's like
It is. I wanted to go 7th. I want Miami to win. It's just not going to happen. I'm picking
okay,
mine
good.
over logic
Y'all,
over heart.
we'll revisit this next week and see where we're at because we've been had 2 games in.
Yeah. Just tomorrow and what, Sunday,
Tomorrow's
Saturday,
game 1.
and what, Sunday's game 2? Yep.
So we have 2
Yeah.
games. We'll see what's what. But I got either Denver in 5 or Miami in 7. I know that's weird, but I want Miami in 7.
I do. Well, so then that means you kind of believe that Denver's gonna whoop Nate. They're gonna beat. They're gonna whoop.
No, I think there's my conspiracy theory. I think they're Adam Silver's Boy Scouts, the way San Antonio was David Stern's Boy Scouts, and they're gonna get the benefit of some whistles.
So now look at you trying to be about NBA conspiracy theory.
Just saying.
The better story would be the 8th seed winning. So why would we want that?
Because NBA is an international game, and Jokic, the international player winning, does more for the NBA's branding overseas.
3 of the best players in the league are all international. All 5. I don't think Jokic winning title is going to boost any more than it already is. Plus, you got Wemby coming next year, so it's like, I mean, this is an international league now. Now that we think about it, so yeah.
And illest point guard alive is still, top 5 that are alive is still Kyrie. Let's not get carried away.
What are you talking about?
You're talking about some of the top players international. I'm not denying that, but
They are Luka, Giannis, Embiid,
Kyrie, LeBron, Booker.
Jokic. Like the last 4, actually the last 5 MVPs all international. Embiid, Jokic twice, Giannis twice. That's 5. That's why I see it. The top players for the most part. I mean, I'm not saying Steph and all of them, LeBron, but most of the top players though, international. It's the international game. And then if Wemby turns out to be what we think he is, it's over.
I really think he will. I think he will. All right, let's recap and run this thing back here. So from the top, Aderrien Murray. I'm glad you're still alive. I can't imagine the amount of PTSD. Like you, I really don't want to hear that bullshit about, well, we ain't got 5 mil. Then stop employing trigger happy killers on your police force. Stop sitting on the footage. Let's get that to the people. You protect and serve the people, right? Let's get that footage out to the people. Cyrus Carmack, you will get justice. This Korean store owner will be convicted, and my prediction is we'll be getting tall numbers. We have come a long way since Latasha Harlins. The mood is different, the climate is different, and maybe it's not a whole lot, depending on who you ask. but Black life is worth something. So yeah, you're gonna fry. As I predicted, your man from the Oath Keepers, 18 years in the Fed, you gotta do 85% of your time. Good luck. Your only hope at this point is this moron gets reelected, but that ain't looking too bright. So enjoy your time in the Fed, homie. That ain't gonna go too well. Evil Dead, yeah, happy to see horror, but I'm not happy to see just mindless, unaffected, uninventive gore. Like, there's no new kills there. And yeah, I'll stand on it. I got Miami in 7, and the shocker, Miami in 7. That's what we got. Your recap, sir.
Damn, we ain't even touched the last two. Next
Yeah,
time.
I know.
Was it Mr. Murray? Still alive, right? That we know. This really messed up. Yeah. Hopefully you do get justice for that. And they released the footage unedited, but not ain't gonna happen. Or when they do, they're gonna do it in a time where people are gonna try to forget, or the next thing happens, so it goes in the back burner, like a lot of these cases. The back burner. Thank you, News Cycle, Microwave Era. Cyrus yeah, that's tragic. He should get tall numbers. I don't believe that the times have changed, but he should get tall numbers, because I don't know why this is still happening, but how do you kill a mentality? I don't know. The Oath Keeper, 18 years. It's all right. It's not going to be 18 years. You got one. Your brother, Uncle Trump, Uncle whatever, your father, your God, your Lord and Savior is going to save you. Captain Orange, like Captain Planet, except he's not green, he orange. So yeah. Shout out to Captain. Evil Dead. It was a great war movie. I give it before. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't better than the first one, because the first one, to me, probably still is the greatest horror movie I've ever seen. The remake. That's it. It's up there. I have to really look at all the horror movies I've seen. There's some classics. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, from the special effects to the kills to stuff about. Yeah, we'll do that one day. Rank horror movies. That's a good subject. NBA. I got Denver in 5 or 6. Even though I want the Heat to win in 7, but Denver in 5 or 6.
Well, that is off this week. Probably taking next week off because I'll have a swollen mouth, getting a couple wisdom teeth out. But beyond that, yeah.
I thought you already did that.
Yeah, now I got to do the other side.
Why don't you just do it one shot?
Because I don't like needles and pain. But yeah, because the first side was just brutal enough. I couldn't salute those who did more than one at one time. Nah, B.
All of mine. All at once. Let's go.
We good on that one. But
Bill's character, man. Come on. You tough, right?
Yo.
You tough, right?
Nah. When it comes to needles in the mouth. We are not tough. No, sir. We are not tough.
Nah.
We will never claim that. We are not tough when it comes to needles in the mouth. But beyond that, on behalf of myself and my amazing co-host, it has been great. It has been a blast. It has been fun. We're going to be taking bets on a couple of things. But see you in a couple of weeks. On behalf of myself and my co-host, Yeah, I Said It podcast. Peace.
Yeah.